Jory Rand has been covering the Palisades Fire, and now as it progresses into the Brentwood area, Mandeville Canyon, another area of concern. Jory joining us now live. Jory?
Hey, Mark. Yeah, we're about halfway between Pacific Palisades proper and Mandeville Canyon. To take you behind the scenes for some of our viewers of what we've been dealing with today. When Pacific Palisades burned down, all of the infrastructure in town burned down as well. That means the cell towers were gone. We broadcast most of the time when we're in the field through cell signals, and that has been entirely wiped out. So every time we've had to report today, it's been very difficult. We kind of report on the scene, go somewhere where a signal pops up, and feed our reports from there. That's why we're at a roadblock here on Sunset Boulevard and not in Pacific Palisades proper or Mandeville Canyon. It's just really tough to get a signal in an area at an elevation that's already tough already. But I do want to take you a bit through our day today, day number 2 here in Pacific Palisades, beginning with our drive into town. And really, it was a haunting scene as we came into Pacific Palisades today. We saw the homes burning last night, and today, once the sun was up, we saw what that meant in reality. And for a lot of these families, it's going to be a sad reality because their homes are gone. This is on Iliff Street. This is 2 blocks over from Chautauqua, which we have spent a lot of time on, but really it could be any street in this neighborhood, any of these streets. I drove up Alma Royale and took similar video from what our photographer Sean Callis took that you're viewing right now. Row after row and street after street, home after home, now gone. On Sunset in Palisades Village, the Chase Bank there is entirely burned out. Both of the supermarkets, the grocery stores that serve Pacific Palisades, the Gelsons and the Ralphs, are now both gone as well. Schools were lost, churches were lost, including United Methodist Community Church on De La Paz. That is now gone as well. We visited that location this evening and watched nothing but the frame of that building continue to burn to the ground. And then, of course, we reported many times from that home on Bester Boulevard, where there were 2 homes that had not burned until today. One of them went up in flames. Firefighters from 2 different companies, one from Santa Monica Fire and one from LAFD, stepped in to put out flames twice in that home to make sure it did not spread. We also spoke with a couple security officers who were coming up here and making sure that there were no looters looting homes, which was a problem. We heard from the sheriff several arrests have been made, and they were making sure it didn't happen again at their clients' homes. Take a listen.
This is the most gruesome scene I've ever seen in my life. It's like a war zone. We just went through 10, 12 blocks. Everything is burnt down, live wires everywhere. We're trying to get to a location, but might be too many live wires down on the ground. Yeah. But we do want to go check on my client's property.
Yeah, what's
make sure that there's looters. We got some calls saying there's looters, so we're going to try to see what's going on down there.
So those security officers were looking at their clients' homes. We saw other security officers bringing up entire families to look at what was left of their home. We saw one family of 4, and we asked them if they would like to speak with us. They said no, they didn't even want to be on camera, and of course we will respect that in this difficult time for them and so many of these families, because life is much different today than it was yesterday or the day before for hundreds or thousands of families. You saw that driving video. That is the norm in Pacific Palisades. If you are able to survive this with your home intact, that is a rarity. There are small pockets and single homes who, by chance, were able to make this through unscathed, but that, by and large, Pacific Palisades is no longer, especially what it was just 48 hours ago. It is a much different place. Hundreds, if not thousands, of homes have been lost in this fire, and it's just a devastating scene. It's been hard to report on, and as you heard from that security officer, it is very upsetting, visually, emotionally, when you think about what this means to people and the residents who are going to have to return home to see this. And that scene is going to play out hundreds of times as this is opened back up over the next few days or weeks. And folks watching at home, many still do not know whether their homes survived, and it's going to be just a tragic march back into Pacific Palisades to try and pick up some of the pieces and rebuild, and we will see what happens, and we will be there to cover it as well as this community begins the long road to recovery.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.